A dealer walks into the office and says, "We're running a big campaign for the summer. I've got a budget that's twice what we had last year." The team nods. They've seen this before. The numbers go up, the response goes down. Then someone in the back raises their hand and says, "Sir, we haven't unified our reporting across 3 of our locations yet. We can't even track how much money is going where. This isn't some small oversight." It's the same mistake that kills 80% of marine dealerships trying to scale marketing. They're chasing vanity metrics while their systems are falling apart underneath them. This is Marine Dealership Marketing, the show about systematic marketing that actually works. I'm Mikey, and today we're talking about the 4 numbers that actually matter, not the ones you think matter, but the ones that make or break your business. Let's start with the core idea of what those 4 numbers are, why they're important, and how they map to a real leak in your system. The first one is Stores Unified. That's your reporting spine. How many locations have been integrated into one dashboard where you can actually see everything working together? If you're running campaigns but not tracking them across all your locations, you're just guessing at performance. It's like driving with the hood up, not knowing if you're going to hit a wall or a puddle. Median response time is second. That's how fast you're getting back to leads, and it isn't about the speed of your email autoresponder, it's the human element. How quickly does someone from your team answer a call? How soon do they schedule a demo? This matters because people don't just buy. They feel like they're being heard, and if that doesn't happen, you're losing sales before the conversation even starts. Third is the percentage of spend traceable to a sale. How much of your marketing budget can be directly linked back to a customer who bought something? If you're spending $1 million on ads and can only prove 20% of it drove actual revenue, you've got a huge problem with your attribution pipeline. That's not just bad tracking, that's a broken system. And fourth, the dollar amount spent without sign-off. This is what stops most dealerships from getting control. If money gets spent on an ad or a campaign and no one signs off on it, that's a red flag. It means your guardrails aren't holding, not just written in a document. A rising number here means you're losing discipline, and when discipline erodes, everything else falls apart. All 4 of these numbers are tied to specific leaks in your system, which is why tracking them matters more than ever. If you're not checking these weekly, you're flying blind, and the only thing you'll find is a trail of waste and broken promises. Now, let's get into how you actually implement these 4 numbers in real life, because it's not just a list on a spreadsheet. First, make sure all your reporting systems are unified. That means setting up one central platform where every location can upload their data and they can't avoid it. This takes time, but it's essential. If you have 3 locations and only one is reporting, you're not measuring anything, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. Next, measure median response time. Set a goal like all leads responded to within 24 hours. Then track how long it actually takes from the moment someone calls in or fills out a form until they get a reply. Use your CRM or whatever tool you're using to log response times. You can even build reminders into your system so no one misses the deadline. Then comes spend traceability. This isn't just about tagging ads with UTM codes. It's about making sure every dollar spent has a clear connection back to someone who ended up buying. Set your baseline, then monitor it each week. If you see that percentage dropping, dig into why. It may not be the campaign itself, maybe it's a problem in the funnel or the way leads are being routed. And finally, watch the dollars spent without sign-off. This should be 0, or as close to 0 as your system allows. Make sure approval flows are clear and visible. If someone spends money without authorization, that should trigger an alert and a review of why that happened. It's not just about control, it's about culture. These 4 numbers must be reported store by store and as a group total, not because you want to see everyone fail, but because you want to know who needs help and how to give it. Here's the one rule that matters. Track stores unified, median response time, percent of spend traceable, and dollars spent without sign-off every week, broken out by store and as a group total. That's your system, not your campaign. But people make mistakes. Let me tell you what those mistakes are. First mistake? They only look at 1 or 2 of the numbers, like they're trying to run a race with blindfolds on. If you're watching just response time or just spend traceability, you're missing half the story. Every single number tells you something important about how your team is working or not working. Second mistake, they only report to marketing. This is where sales leadership must be in the room. Response time and routing quality aren't just marketing issues, they're sales floor disciplines. If the floor isn't looking at these numbers, then nobody's paying attention when things start to slide. Third mistake, not reviewing these numbers consistently. If you're only checking once a month, you'll miss trends that cost you weeks or months of profit. The system is only as strong as its weakest link, and those links get tested every week. Fourth mistake, thinking these numbers are static targets. They're not. Your goal for Stores Unified isn't to hit 100% and leave it there. It's to keep pushing that number up, making sure nothing falls off the board. Same with response time, same with traceability, same with spending without sign-off. And if you let the dollars spent without sign-off rise above zero, don't pretend it's not a problem. That's a warning sign, not a minor slip-up. This is not some theory or idea that works only in a textbook. These are real numbers that tell the story of whether your marketing system is actually working or whether you're just burning cash and hoping for magic. If you track all four numbers consistently and honestly, including the uncomfortable weeks when one number goes up or one store slips, you're building something durable, something that competitors can't replicate. Because discipline isn't a tactic, it's a moat. So do this. Every week, review these numbers in the same room as sales leadership, not in isolation, and never stop chasing those four key metrics: Stores Unified, median response time, percent of spend traceable, and dollars spent without sign-off. Report it, review it, improve it. Make it part of your operating rhythm. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but that's exactly why it works. That's Marine Dealership Marketing. If this helped you see what matters, the full system is inside the course at learn.mikey.ai. I'm Mikey. Go track your numbers.